I'm Maria Atkins and I work for Learning at Home, and we have been approached by several of our students saying that they don't have a lot of time to make really nice food that's very quick and very nice because they've got children, full-time jobs, working and everything else along with doing a course. So we thought it'd be a really good idea to put together some recipes that are really simple, really quick, really nice, that you can do in about 10 minutes. So it's just a chicken dish. I don't think it has a name. If it does, I don't know it. But basically, all you need is some good chicken breast. Please try and buy English, and please try and buy free range if you can, because it's better for everyone concerned, including the animals. Some spring onions, parsley, lemon, butter, a bit of garlic, white wine, and some Boursin or a similar cheese. I don't think it would have to be Boursin, it's just what I've been using, but it doesn't, I think as long as it's a sort of soft cheese with garlic and herbs, I think you'll probably get away with it. It's really simple. All you need to do is put a little bit of butter. I guess, because I'm a mum and I never weigh anything, about that much, which is probably an ounce and a half, something like that. I don't know what it is in modern, but something like that. Okay, you need to chop some spring onions. Let the butter melt in the pan while you're chopping the spring onions. You can cut some fine, some fat. I like to do a bit of both because I think it adds texture. And you can go right down to the bottom. It won't hurt, it just makes it pretty. So you can use it all the way down to the bottom is fine. It's a really good idea when you've melted the butter to put a tiny bit of olive oil in. It just simply stops the butter burning, and so you get a nice colour and not, you know, the horrible burnt butter colour on the chicken. It's keeping the chicken nice and white and clean. Right. Obviously on another board, preferably plastic, you take some chicken breast, and you can do these however you like. You can keep the chicken breast whole if you want to. Obviously it'll take longer to cook. Personally, I think it's quite nice just to cut it in chunks, but try to keep them roughly the same size, purely because obviously the cooking time, you don't want to overcook the chicken, and if you have to hang around for big chunks to cook, the smaller chunks will be overcooked. So if you can keep them roughly the right size, you don't have to be too pernickety, but say some really good chicken breasts, skin off obviously. I mean, these are fantastic. These are from our local farm shop. They're not very expensive and they are beautiful. But I'll just show you, if you do get the skin on, just literally pull it off like so. Take that off. You can use that, so don't throw it out. You know, shove it in the oven later on with a few little spices and have a nibble at it. Just don't waste it. It's too nice to waste. There you go. That's it. That's simple. Please can everybody try to buy good local chicken. It's not a must. The food will taste better because you haven't got a chicken that is loaded with water and salt and everything else that they pump into it to make it gain weight. And also, if you can make sure that it is British, there is a section in the Trade Descriptions Act which basically means that if a product is labelled and packed in England, it can be called British chicken. That is a terrible act. It should be taken out. It's very unfair, because what you might go to the supermarket and think, I'm buying a lovely free range English chicken, and quite often you're actually buying something that has been brought up, been raised in Hungary, Poland, even the third world, Thailand, China, where the husbandry for these animals isn't anywhere near as good as it is in England. In fact, the way they're kept is barbaric. So English farmers stick to the rules in England about the husbandry of their animals, which is so much higher. So if you can, please do try to get the chicken from a farm shop or anywhere that you know you are buying a good quality English chicken. Right, Okay, all you need to do now is lob this into a frying pan. Okay, use your common sense, quite hot. Melt the butter, then you might need to turn it up because obviously if you're adding something cold, the temperature of the pan's going to go down, so you can afford to turn it up a little bit. Okay, to just let that sizzle away. You can't really do any harm to it. Nice and high. And just let that cook away for probably 10 minutes, but use your common sense. If you're unsure, you need that, before you add the wine, you need it half cooked. So cut into it. Have a look. While that's cooking, I've got fresh parsley, but only because I grow it in the garden. But you can buy bags of fresh or just use dried. It's not a problem. But chop some parsley up, that's nice. I've also got here some garlic. Well, you're using garlic and herb cheese, so if you don't like too much garlic, don't add any extra. We love garlic, so we're going to stick a bit extra in. But it's entirely your choice. Okay, right, this is nearly half cooked now. When it's about half cooked, we need to add some wine, but we're just going to give this a few more minutes. I think that bit's a bit fat actually. I should have cut this a bit more carefully. But as I say, don't worry, you can't really mess this up. So just wing it. Right, we need about roughly half a glass of wine. I have been stupid and I forgot to buy more white wine, but I do have some rosé. It won't hurt, chuck it in. So there's the leftover bit of wine from last night that we never finished, which is very, very good of us, isn't it? And there is a bit of rosé here. It won't hurt, it won't make any difference. I wouldn't advise using red, but I don't suppose it would really make that much difference at all, really. Turn it up a bit, and now what we're going to do is we're going to use the white wine to poach the chicken. Okay, and while it's poaching, we're going to chuck all the spring onions in as well. If you're using real onion, put it in earlier. I like spring onion. I think it's pretty and it's got a nice flavour, so I've used spring onion, but it's personal choice, whatever you want really. Okay, if you were going to add other things to this now, like haricot, bacon, ham, sweet corn, anything that you think you like with chicken, mushrooms, this would be the time to chuck it in. This is a really good time to stick your finger in it. Obviously, be careful, common sense, but it gives you an idea of what flavourings, any extra flavouring you need to add to it, any more seasonings, anything else. In my case, I'm not quite sure how salty the cheese is, so I'm not going to add any salt at the moment. And there is actually some pepper in the cheese as well, but I'm going to add a bit more pepper because that's the way we like it. So if you haven't got grindy pepper, chuck some white pepper in. If you haven't got that, a bit of paprika wouldn't hurt, but obviously it'll make the dish a bit of a pink colour, but might make it taste any different. You know, it's whatever you like. Okay, that's almost there. I'm just going to make sure that the bigger bits of chicken are cooked. Yep, they're there. So that chicken is just cooked. Now here comes the cheat. Okay, it's just well, as I say, this is Boursin. I'm probably advertising, but I don't mean to. But you can probably use any soft cheese. This is garlic and herb. Just chuck it in. And let it melt. Okay, well don't worry, when you chuck it in, you won't burn it, you won't break it. Well, I never have. It's just chuck it in. That's it, break it down a little bit just to speed things along, but it won't matter. That's it, it all goes lovely and gooey and unctuous and lovely. And a bit of squeeze of lemon juice. If you haven't got real lemon in the house, use a bit of Jif or leave it out. but it does add a lovely bit of tartness to it, which is really good. And last of all, some parsley. Just chuck that in. Give it a... You don't want to put it until the very last minute because it just goes a bit soggy and horrible. Right, I've got some rice here. All supermarkets do it, all brands do it. You can pick it up from a corner shop on your way home. It's one of those idiot rices. This one's coconut, chilli and lemongrass, which I think will go really nicely with that. But you've got lots of different varieties. If you're going to add chorizo or something and peppers to it, you could use a Spanish one or whatever. Idiot proof. It's one of those ones, you rip the top off, lob it in the microwave for 2 minutes. That's it. That's all you have to do with it. It's probably not the most cookie thing in the world, but quite frankly, it's quick and it's easy and it cuts corners, which is a good thing. Right, I've got the idiot rice out of the oven, out of the microwave rather. Let's give that a little bit of a push round. It's a bit hot. Obviously, I'm no doubt you were supposed to be doing this with a fork, and they probably would do on a cookery programme, but let's get real. We're at home. We got children. It's time. Okay. And then just simply some of this on the side here. And that is so quick. You can probably do it start to finish 10 minutes. Okay. Obviously, if you cut the chicken bigger, it's going to take longer. But those sort of size chicken pieces and the way it is there, I would literally say 10 minutes. It's nice to add a little bit of lemon just so that people can choose if they want to add some lemon to it, but that's it. If you want to, you can put a salad with it, you can put salsa with it, you could do some vegetables. You know, if you're in a rush, you could use idiot veg. Quite frankly, if I was in a hurry, I'd serve that as it is. You know, it's really nice, it's really quick, it's really simple. My kids love it, my husband loves it, and I have actually served it at dinner parties before now. I've poshed it up a bit and served it because I haven't had the time. We have got a load of other recipes that we can do, so if anyone wants to see any more, if you can give us some feedback on this, and we can do a sort of series of recipes. I've got a fantastic one for sausage and flageolet beans, which I've actually made for 8 in 7 minutes before now. So there's lots of other recipes that we've got that I can do if you want to see them. We do at Learning at Home everything we can so that you can upgrade your education and you can apply for jobs that maybe you wouldn't be able to apply for without the qualifications. It's a fantastic way of learning because you can still do your job, you can still look after your children, you can still have a life, but in that time as well you're also getting the education that you need to get the promotion, even for knowledge that for a subject you might be interested in. It's a fantastic way of learning and incredibly successful. But it's not easy. We're not saying it's easy. Nothing worthwhile ever is. You know, so little things like this, if it helps and it helps make life a little bit easier for our students that are studying, then that's great. We will do everything we can. So lots of feedback, please. That would be great. If you want to look at any of our courses and you've just clicked onto this without actually looking at our courses, they're not all cookery courses. We have 2,000 courses. So click on, have a look. Our website is www.learning-home.co.uk, or just stick the words Learning at Home into Google. I think we're near the top of the natural listings. Have fun with it. Try the recipe. Have a go. And we hope you enjoy it. We have lots more. So cheers. Well done for studying. Well done for cooking. Bye.